Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains today, a snowy day in the North Country. And I imagine that it's snowy on the other side of the mountains too. We're going to find out about that with Greg Keeler. Greg, how are you this morning?
Great. Great to be here.
Did you travel all the way from Canada today or did you take a shortcut?
I didn't. We're not quite open yet, although I imagine that there are probably some people who are skiing over there today.
Well, I would imagine. Well, you had snow this week. I saw on Facebook.
We did.
You had snow earlier in the week.
Yeah,
we
got a little snow on the summits of the higher peaks on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we had snow all the way down to the base, about 3 inches, and then on Thursday night we got more snow, and everything was pretty well covered. Somebody hiked up across the street and took a picture looking over to Cannon. And I wasn't there, but it looked like it could have been midwinter.
I saw that. I think I saw that picture.
Yeah.
I saw that on
Yep.
Facebook.
Had all. You could see a bunch of trails.
Yeah.
So
it was cool. I mean, it was amazing. I looked at that and I kind of went, "What?
Yeah.
Are they open?"
That's the Cannon effect. It happens even in October.
Now, last year, speaking of the Cannon effect, you had more snow than you could throw a snowball at.
Pretty much. We had the second highest total in history, and Cannon's snowfall history is pretty complete. We have data all the way back to 1938. And so we had 248 inches. The second highest year was 284, and I believe that was 86, 87.
That's a lot of snow.
Yeah, 248 just kept snowing and snowing and snowing. It was great because last year was a big year for us with Mittersill because we added a double chair, and it's one of those things where you plan on putting a double chair on essentially a backcountry area with no snowmaking or grooming or anything like that, and you know, cross your fingers and hope for the best because we could, our planned date was January 1st. We were finished with construction in late December, and we planned on opening it January 1st, and we opened it. So there was enough natural snow by that point, and Mittersill, the lift ran for almost 2 months. So that was pretty historic.
That's great.
Yeah.
And, of course, now, this year, you're going to be able to ski Mittersill from the beginning, as long as there's natural snow.
Right. As soon as there's natural snow, as soon as there's enough to run that lift, we'll open Mittersill and run the lift. So we're hoping for another big year. And this is a good sign for sure. That's the picture from Friday.
From Friday. Isn't that amazing?
Friday. Yeah.
It does. It looks like it's when I glanced at it, I said, oh, yeah, open.
Yeah, he's reusing some shot from last year. But
you know those ski area tricks, those magicians. Well, that's just great. Now, what is your opening date? Speaking of, you look at that and say, oh, it's tomorrow.
I know it's actually not till November 25th, so it's Thanksgiving weekend. And usually, it's going to be cold this week, and there are a bunch of places trying to make some snow and open. And I heard Sunday River's open, and that's cool. I mean, that's great for everybody.
Yeah, but it'll warm up again.
It'll warm up at some point. So we usually hang back and pick a reasonable date that we know we can get to, and we'll open on November 25th. And if it happened to be really cold and snowy ahead of that, we'll open with a lot. So that's
very cool.
It'll be great.
So what's new there at Cannon besides Mittersill? Because we're counting that because that opened in 2011.
Yeah, marketing guys love to say new, a year or two, stretch it a little bit. It's still new. So that was our big thing. We've had a lot of new improvements in the past 2 years. The year before the Mittersill lift, we added 9,000 square feet onto our base lodge, a new bar, new family room, new rental shop. So that was pretty huge for us because in the past Cannon, it was pretty. It's a state park, and it really looked like it when you walked into the base lodge, like historic type of state park. So classic state park or classic Cannon. So we really blew the roof off literally, and that made a huge difference because that's a pretty important thing, as far as getting in there. So there's plenty of room, and this year, one of our biggest new improvements is we're taking our learning center, the kids' learning center, and we're pretty much doubling the size of the room for kids because in the past couple of years, our numbers have grown dramatically as far as the kids who were there for the entire season. So our seasonal kids programs as well as kids' lessons have grown by leaps and bounds, so we're making some more space for them.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Now, I would imagine that season passes are on sale.
Yep,
why not?
They are. We have a springtime deadline where you can buy the current year's passes at that price, and that's over in June. But aside from that, so if you're a non-resident, the price is the price right now for the entire season. But if you're a New Hampshire resident, I'm not sure that as many people know this as I'd like, but Cannon offers a 25% discount for New Hampshire residents on season passes.
That's great.
So if you're a New Hampshire resident right now through December 14th, you'll pay 25% less than a non-resident. And on top of that, we also have just an incredible military deal. And that is essentially, that's 50% off season passes. And if you're a New Hampshire resident military member, you're almost getting 75%. So you're getting the New Hampshire resident discount of 25%, and then it's 50% off of that. So it's amazing. And it's not just active duty. It's all branches. It's active duty, reserve, retired, and veteran. So any branch, pretty much anybody who's ever been in the military gets that discount. So it's really, really good.
Well, that's good. Now, yeah. I watch NCIS. Does that count as being military? I don't know.
If you watch the Discovery Channel and know a lot about it, that doesn't exactly count. But if you were in it, at least just a little bit.
Well, that's great. That's really nice. It's very generous of you guys to do that.
Well, we think it's important, especially being a state park and a state-run mountain. We think it's a pretty important thing, and that price is not going to change for military members. Yeah. We've sort of specified that they're going to pay a lower price. The price right now is actually the price from last season minus all those discounts. So those prices didn't actually go up on military members. But I encourage you to just go online and check it out. If you're an adult, I got it right here. If you're an adult military member, the pass is $273. That's for a full Cannon pass, no blackouts or anything like that. So
that's great.
And if you're a retired older folk, senior is paying $164.50 for a full season pass.
That's
so
cool.
It's a
I
good
might be
deal.
eligible for that in a couple of years.
And for residents too, we've always had a New Hampshire Resident Wednesday day. This year it's going to be $35 on Wednesday. On top of that, it's 2 for $68 on Tuesdays and Thursdays, non-holiday, all season long. Cannon was voted #1 again, or we got the Editor's Choice for Best Value in Ski Magazine, plus a whole bunch of other awards from them. So
that's terrific.
Things are really taking off over there.
Now, I imagine, because I know that during the winter we're always reading about events going on, you probably have a bunch of events already started to be planned.
Yeah, we have a full season of events going on. This year we're going to do some new fun stuff. I encourage people to go check it out. We're going to have Bodie Miller back, of course. It's his home mountain. He loves coming to Cannon. So it's a benefit for his Turtle Ridge Foundation. So it's his charity, and he'll be back in April.
Great.
Yep. And then we're doing another thing with Earth Tech. We partnered up with Earth Tech. They're a sustainable clothing company. They make stuff out of plastic bottles. So it's
drink
pretty
it today, wear it tomorrow.
Essentially that's the gist of it. I think they'll be down at the Boston Ski Show with us. We'll be wearing some of the stuff. It's really incredible. They take plastic bottles, they recycle them, and spin it into polyester yarn, and then they build technical ski gear out of it.
And it's
really
soft.
It's great.
I mean,
it's unbelievable.
You
have this impression of
cool,
what it's going to feel. It's going to feel like a bottle or something, but it's really great clothing. So
I think I tried that once as a kid. I wove bottles together and walked around.
It's probably
I
just
floated.
That was a pioneering idea, I think, but you were missing one step.
Yeah,
I think.
That little recycling step.
Right.
Well, Greg, it sounds like there's just so much going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
If I wanted to find out more, where could I go?
Sure, you go to Cannon and just show up. Or you can go to our website. That's usually easier, especially if it's nighttime. So cannonmt.com.
And there's some footage from last year of Cannon Mountain.
I think that's today. Is that today? That was a joke.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You threw me off there because of all the snow. Look at that.
But yeah, we had some incredible snow for pretty much the entire season. We have that one trail, DJ's Tram Line. It's under the tram. Yeah. And that's one of those things. Since I've been there, it's been open a handful of days here and there. You need a tremendous amount of snow. If you've ever ridden the tram in the summer, and I know you have, you look down and people can't believe that that's actually a ski trail. It's probably one of the steepest, nastiest trails in the East. And last year it was open for over a month.
Isn't that great?
And it was decent. Yeah, it was wild.
Well, very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Greg, thanks so much for coming down today.
Sure.
And I'm sure we'll see you during the winter.
Absolutely.
And you're going down the ski show, so you'll be down there.
Yep, and that's November 10th through the 14th at the Seaport World Trade Center.
So definitely stop by, say hi to the folks at Cannon.
Sure.
Admire their coats.
We'll be down there right with, the rest of the New Hampshire folks, so it's a good time.
I like the way they set that up.
Yeah, all of our friends are there, from all the mountains.
We can all wave across the aisle there. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.
Brantley's Pizza